Last time on Day of Days.
You understand the minds and motivations of white racists better than anyone.
I have to stay a step ahead of them.
You're not ahead of them. You're chained to them. Recite something. Anything that reminds you of the person you were when you were sure about your purpose.
Well, I don't
First
know.
impulse, don't overthink this, just go.
The oppressed have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win.
I wish Cassandra knew the little girl I was.
Perhaps you can introduce them. Go where you do not want to go.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Thurman. A second day of visits.
Yes, indeed. Coming in fresh from a morning meditation in Mount Morris Park. I was gonna come check on Martin.
I think there's someone in Dr. King's room.
He has a guest.
They're having quite a festive time in there. She traveled all the way up from Montgomery by herself.
Thank you, Estelle, for being so informative.
Oh, you must be Dr. Thurman.
Reverend Thurman, yes. And you are?
Good morning, Howard.
I'm Carla Mayfield. I was volunteering back with the boycott, and I thought I'd come up and check on Dr. King. But since you got a visitor, Dr. King, perhaps I'd better go.
Having a good time in here?
Carla just came up here to bring me some Montgomery charm and cheer.
I bet that seems in short supply.
Carla came into the boycott planning early when no one thought I could pull it off. She was one who could really see my vision. And she's fearless. Had a couple of bricks thrown through her window and she still stayed the course.
Sounds like a young woman who doesn't care what people think.
I suppose that's probably true. Something that makes me jealous of her. There is lightness when she comes around. Music. She makes me remember I'm still just a human. A really charming, personable human. And I need that. Does that make sense to you, Howard?
It sounds like she's a nice buttress when you are feeling less than human.
Yes. Yes, very much that.
You feel like you need that a lot. A reminder of your humanity.
More often than I care to admit.
Well, she may not have meant it, but Carla might have paved the way for me this morning.
Oh, really?
You know I had a nickname for you at BU.
Well, no,
Let me tell you what my eyes first beheld when you showed up in a puff of energy in Boston. Natty suit, meticulously clipped mustache, and the finest collection of 50-cent words some of the faculty had ever encountered. I thought, well, look here at Slick Mike.
Why does that not sound like a compliment?
Funny enough, Sue said the same thing.
Do I detect a bit of the green-eyed monster?
No, you don't detect nothing, Sue. Big Mike and Berta have raised a slick, charismatic charmer.
Why does that sound like an accusation?
He's hungry, Sue. Like he needs the attention, the adulation that comes from being a preacher man.
Howard, think of all the weight he's carrying being Martin King's son. That's a heavy burden.
Yeah, I know, but as long as he's that desperate for validation, he's more a liability than a leader in the pulpit.
That's severe.
Very.
You thought I was all flash and no
I
substance.
thought your mind was on suits and ties and women's skirts.
Damn, Howard.
I was wrong, Martin.
Thanks, I think.
But other people don't know you like I do. Martin, I'm your friend. So I see you, the burden of the pulpit. I'm right beside you. Whatever you're using Carla and the Jack Daniels for, it's all just wallpaper over some crater in your spirit. What's down in there, Mike? What are they helping you run away from?
They give me moments.
Moments of what?
Freedom. From the voices that tell me they're right.
They who? What voices?
Malcolm, the Negro nationalists, the Klan, are they right about me?
What is it you hear them saying?
They think I'm a liar, a manipulator, that I'm full of these pretty words. Malcolm thinks I'm in the streets holding up a picture of America that can never exist.
It's not true.
People think I'm always taking the high road, but I tell you I don't want to. I get angry at all of them. I get enraged all the time. People don't see that part. Only Coretta or Carla or Ralph know what those things they're saying are doing to me. But I can't let the world see that kind of anger, the hypocrisy of it.
So this rage is what scares you?
No, the rage is just a cover, because then I wonder if they're right. What if I'm nothing more than a drug dealer, selling dope, hustling opiates to people and calling it liberation? Sometimes I look at the bombing and now my stabbing, and I wonder if I'm just the first of many. If I'm just turning Negroes into slaughterhouse lambs, trying to make America be who she says she is. Scares me when I think like that, Howard. Scares me so much.
Tell me more about that man.
What man?
The one leading his people to slaughter.
I don't want to talk anymore about that.
Take my hand.
I can pray for myself.
This isn't prayer. This is to steady you for the journey we're about to take.
Where are we going?
To a dark room. There's a man in the room that you know.
Who is he?
He's a Negro. He's about 5'7", maybe 165 pounds. He's got on a black suit, crisp white shirt, skinny black tie. There are people adoring him, listening to him. He's making a meeting with the president. He's being visited by the governor of New York.
Howard.
Don't let go of my hand. I'm in the room too. Now look at that man, the one people adore. I point at him and say, there's Slick Mike. Who is Slick Mike, Martin?
He's a liar.
And?
He drinks.
And?
He goes to hotel rooms.
And?
He is weak.
And?
He will destroy the people he loves the most.
Now look at the people who made him. Malcolm, the Klan, Billy Williams, the people who made up that imposter. Do you see them?
I see them.
Walk up to them. What are they saying?
Fool!
Fool.
Traitor!
Traitor.
We'll kill these people because they're following you.
Killer.
What's it do to you to hear that?
It kills me.
What are those accusations doing to you?
They're caging me. They're strangling me. I need something free. I need something to get me away from the me they say I am. It's confusing me. It's killing me.
Can't let them define you anymore. You are letting things outside your personal connection to God tell you who and what you are. Who are you without this fight?
This fight is who I am.
That's not true.
Let go of my hand.
What does God love about you, Martin?
I don't know.
Ask him.
Dear God, what is there to love about me? I love your awareness. I delight in your knowledge of love. I cherish the mighty, fervent fighter in you. I treasure how you see that love is action. Am I a traitor? A fool? You are a child of mine, and I am with you. I'm with you.
Oh, Ronnie, baby. I was out there on that roof with these two spiritual men. And above me was just the stars, breeze, peace. And this energy coming down from the skies. It wasn't like the chaos on the street ever went completely away, but Ronnie, I rediscovered hope in the spirit.
You getting churchy now?
No, not churchy. That ain't for me. But what I felt on that roof, Ronnie, that's the key.
We all have to be on top of Harlem Hospital.
No. But I want my soul to be in that place. I'm close enough to the shouts and the cries and the life in the streets. But I'm surrounded by this force of strength and peace that comes from a source bigger and older and more eternal than me. And when I can feel them both, that source energy and the rage below me, something can transform, Ronnie.
Transform into what?
I guess that's the question.
Sandy? Hey.
Hey, buddy boy.
Why ain't you up at school?
I didn't go today.
You what? Why not?
How are you feeling?
It don't feel as bad as it looks.
You sure?
I believe I asked you a question, Cassandra.
I had a meeting, Mama.
With who?
Billy Williams folks.
Cassandra.
Please don't get mad, Mama. They came to find me at school. Well, actually, they were looking for Ronnie.
Looking for me for what?
I can't even put words to what they want from you, from us. Y'all, they want us to be in the middle of something big.
Girl, what are you talking about?
You think, Ronnie, when you feel rested up and when they let you out, you could talk about how much the rally meant to you?
Oh, I'm not a talker.
Come on now, Cassandra. There'll be plenty of time
Ronnie,
later
I
for...
wouldn't ask if... It's just people are making it seem like the rally was all bad. And sure, some of it maybe was, but it was something. It was some action. People felt things.
What's that got to do with me?
Billy thinks if you'd be willing to speak or, call out for some more action.
Sandy, I didn't want to rally.
Baby, I thought you and I came to an understanding.
We did. We came to a beautiful understanding about you. And I haven't felt that close to you in I don't know how long. But Mama, that doesn't change the calling I feel on my life.
I will not let Billy Williams use you children.
I'm not being used. I'm being inspired. We need change, and change demands action. You see that, right, Ronnie? You can be that spark, that ignition switch.
Your mama told me all about that rage from last night, Sandy. I don't want any part of that.
The rage is coming, whether we want
Look,
it or not.
Ronnie needs his rest. I don't want you upsetting him.
I'm giving him a chance to be a part of something that'll make all this pain that's got him laid up here actually mean something.
I said no.
So it's like that, huh? I hate seeing what they did to you. I thank God you still got life in your body. But let me tell you this. If we don't start telling the world about the hell we live in, the next Ronnie won't be so lucky.
Sandra, wait.
You okay, baby?
No. Now she thinks I'm a coward.
No. No, baby. I know my daughter. She's just scared about being in this fight by herself.
Maybe she's right. Maybe if I don't go out there and do something, all these bandages and bruises are for nothing. Do you think she's right?
I don't know. I wish y'all had been up there with me, on the roof. Dr. Thurman made it seem like everything I did up there, giving myself over to that source energy, was somehow enough. But seeing you like this, it makes me feel like there has got to be action.
Well, ain't that what Sandy just ran out of here saying?
She wants action from rage, though. No, that energy on that roof that came down from the stars and the skies, it wants for me to be different than my daughter. It wants action from love. And baby, I promise you, when I figure out what that action is, none of your bruises will have been in vain.
I'm going to let go of your hand.
Don't.
It's all right, Martin. You'll be fine.
No. I owe you something.
You don't owe me anything.
No, I do. And like they say, one good turn. What's in your dark room, Howard?
Let's not worry about me right now.
Am I your friend, Howard?
There's no mask in there, Martin. I have no wallpapers or craters or
But
dark...
the room is still there, isn't it?
You want to know what my shadow self is, Martin? He's a small, homely, dark-skinned little boy. He's by himself in that room, abandoned. And he's been walking by my side my entire life.
Hi again, Howard.
God alive, it's hot in here.
You don't keep your promises.
I will. I am. It's just the world. It's not...
Promise me you could make things easier.
Well, I'm trying.
You promised me a new religion for Daddy in heaven.
New thinking takes time.
It didn't take us time on Daytona Beach. We found something in one night on the beach, didn't we?
Yes, a beautiful God.
And we felt like somebody finally cared about us. But you forgot about me and the beautiful God. Forgot about Daddy.
No, I remember. I didn't forget.
If you loved me, you'd have made a new religion by now. If you loved yourself enough, there'd be a home for us. We'd be cared for. But those Boston people, do they care for you? Do they care for me and Daddy?
I didn't forget you.
It's too hot in here. People die in heat like this.
I'm sorry. I didn't forget you.
Little Howard can't be as angry as you think.
He can't. I haven't done what I promised.
How can you say that? Look at what you're doing in Boston. The broadcast, the deep learning. You're breaking barriers for Negroes.
The broadcasts are not the point. That little boy's life is surrounded by violence and judgment and pain. Where's the shelter? Where's the shelter for him and his daddy?
And you think you haven't done that?
I know I haven't. There's no one like my daddy walking across BU. I don't see my daddy when I look out into my congregation.
Of course not. Because that little boy, little you, and your father would have never lived in Boston.
But some little boy like me is up there. Some boy who is poor and black and cast out needs to know God cares up in Boston.
And surely your doors will be open to him.
Not if I'm too busy begging the president of BU to make even the smallest structural change.
Then what more are you supposed to be doing?
Well, I thought it would matter to change the face of the chapel, that it would really mean something for there to be a black face on that faculty.
And it does.
No, it doesn't. It hasn't made the worship in that chapel radical or revolutionary. The fresh, renewing God I hoped for isn't there. I didn't see it until...
Until what?
Until you, Lil Howard, would want to follow you. His daddy would be at home with you.
But not with you?
Not with President Case and the Dusty White Methodists of BU.
Well, you're not a sellout, Howard.
Perhaps, but I'm not plugged in either.
Remember when a blade was hanging out of my chest for a few hours? Being plugged in has its costs.
Martin, listen to me. The promise I made to that little boy is my life's work. But I can't fulfill it if you don't work to your fullest potential.
I don't understand.
You might be the one to make the new world that little Howard needs. Might. But you have to get out of your own way. Tell me, Mike, what do you dream?
I don't know, Howard. So many things. Times when I'm not scared of police clubs. When my children can be friends with little boys and girls who are different. An America that is who she says she is. All of that. Those impossible things.
They're not impossible. But you can't get them if this movement swallows you whole.
But what is your dream, Howard? What thing are you willing to sacrifice life for? What thing can swallow you up?
I don't know.
So the great Howard Thurman came to me with medicine he can't taste.
I guess not.
Day of Days is written by Darren Kennedy. It was created and produced by Michael Epstein of Walking Cinema, with direction, sound design, and original music by Jonathan Mitchell. Starring Billy Eugene Jones as Howard, Jordan Mahome as Martin, and Anya Pearson as Irma. The executive producer is Will Rogers, the producer is Andrew Calloway, and Amanda Brown is the dramaturg. It was recorded at Miratone Studio in New York City by Colin Dworsky. Day of Days was made possible by a grant from the National Endowment for the Humanities to Walking Cinema, an experiential storytelling studio based in San Francisco. For a full list of credits and a special immersive companion piece to Day of Days, go to dayofdayspodcast.com.